There's a lot of things that a narcissist will never do. So I want to go over a quick list I put together and talk about why these things will never happen. Number 1, a narcissist will never compliment you. It isn't really in the nature of a narcissist to dole out compliments and feel-goods, especially after the love bombing is over. One of the last things they want to do, especially in the devaluing phase of the relationship, is build up your self-esteem. At very best, you'll get a backhanded compliment, a triangulated compliment, but nothing ever genuine, nothing heartfelt, and truthfully, nothing very nice at all. Number 2, a narcissist will never admit any kind of defeat. Narcissists have to be right and they have to win. They need to win in the relationship. They need to win in the breakup. They always have to feel superior, powerful, and in ultimate control. Therefore, when you do best a narcissist, when you do outsmart them, they just don't see it the same way as you do. Let's say you're the one who ends the relationship, right? You break up, walk away, no contact, whatever. You know that you left. They know that you left. But that doesn't sit very well with them. So in the mind of the narcissist, they have to start telling themselves, well, you did them a favor. They were going to break up with you anyway. They were cheating on you. They wanted it to end, something like that. The narcissist takes the information of you dumping them, for example, and twists it in their mind, justifies it, makes it okay, so that even though they were left, they weren't entirely defeated. Everything is still okay in their little fantasy world as they try to convince themselves, you were no good anyway, good riddance, who cares, plenty more fish in the sea. Number 3, a narcissist will never be faithful. There isn't a narcissist alive who doesn't cheat. They might not be having full-on affairs and other relationships, but they're having emotional affairs or spending too much time with friends or at work. You really can't expect somebody addicted to supply, people, drama, and attention to be a faithful partner. It is never going to happen. Not only do they need so much supply, but they also need a constant stream of compliments, praises, and ego boosts, along with new people to provide them that. Try not to feel bad about discovering that this person has been unfaithful. It truly has nothing to do with you. People who are just chronically unhappy cheat. They aren't unhappy with you. They're unhappy with themselves. If they were unhappy with you, they'd actually leave. They just want to have their cake and eat it too. This is something that they need. Something is missing within themselves. And again, that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Number 4, a narcissist will never tell the truth. Narcissists will lie about shit they don't even need to lie about. Most of them are clear pathological liars. When someone lies without any real clear gain, that is a sign of a huge, major issue. And I truly believe that narcissists indulge in this as part of their master plan. I read an article a long time ago that narcissists tell really well put together lies, and then they tell super choppy, messed up, unbelievable ones that don't make sense. And slowly over time, the lines become blurred. And I remember this happening in my own situation. Some lies seemed ridiculous and obviously ridiculous and wrong and like flat out lies. And others I bought hook, line, and sinker. But after pulling away, I was like, wow, everything seemed somewhere in that gray area of 60 to 70% true. Some things seemed reasonable and some things didn't. Some things I could tell were outright lies. Some things were lies but sounded completely rational. And the line just gets blurred right there. I couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't. Gaslighting certainly added to my confusion. But I think narcissists do this so that we never know what to believe. It helps them get away with what they want to do. But I also feel that in tricking us, in getting something over on us, in them lying and us believing them, it gives them an incredible ego boost. I believe they very much enjoy just telling astronomical, outright, just bold-faced lies right into our faces and seeing that we believe it or don't. But even if we don't believe it, we don't question it. There's no consequence. A lot of times we don't call them out on it. And it gives them that feeling they love of outsmarting somebody and being superior to them. If you'd like to talk with me one-on-one and get help and much needed support with what you're going through, you can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com to set up private chats with me. Number 5, a narcissist will never change. I want to preface this by saying I believe that anyone can change if they want to. It might not be a complete turnaround, but anyone can make changes. Although, like I say, you have to want to. One of, I think, the most awful things about narcissism is it causes someone to have that complex, of it's everyone else who's the problem. And I feel that deep down, they really know that they're the cause of pain and destruction. But I think narcissism just gets so deeply rooted into their minds. I just really wouldn't put stock into somebody changing who behaves like this. Just think about you, survivor, and the life you live. Maybe you're trying to exercise more, quit smoking, something like that. We know how hard it can be to change our own lives. You know how hard the process is of going through recovery and trying to retrain your brain to make better decisions and think differently about things. Narcissists are at an even higher disadvantage than the rest of us because they refuse to self-reflect and see themselves for what they really are. There's no empathy, like I say, no self-reflection, no nothing. If you're ever asking yourself, can this person change? The answer is yes, they can, but no, they won't. Number 6, a narcissist will never love you. And along with the cheating, this is another one that you don't need to take personally, hard as that might be. You can't love somebody if you don't love yourself, and narcissists don't do either one of those things. No one has to behave like a bully, like a predator, or like any other kind of ass, like narcissists do, if they actually cared about themselves or other people. They do have feelings. I think they feel types of love, but it's a transactional, conditional idea of love. They're kind of like a 6-year-old who thinks that you only love them if you let them do whatever they want. Some narcs will even say childish things like, wow, you're really giving me shit about being out all night and not coming home. I thought you loved me. Don't give me a hard time. Don't make things complicated. Things like that. Deep love, real love, and true love, they don't know about it. They're scared of it. And they can't handle it. Flat out. Number 7, a narcissist will never be consistent. Everything with a narcissist is transactional, conditional, like I just spoke about. Everything is handled like a business deal, and therefore it never stays the same. You get love bombed, and then all of a sudden, that's over. You get into a huge fight, they change briefly, but all of a sudden, it reverts back to type. It's always back and forth, up and down, hot and cold, but it will eventually go back to the way it was. They run hot and cold depending on what's going on with their other sources of supply. When things are hot with you, somebody else is on the back burner, and vice versa. They can only burn hot for so long before they're bored. They can only be cold until they fear you might leave and they have to swoop in and do something to stop you from walking away. They can only devalue until you're at your wit's end. They can only love bomb until the true self takes shape. Always, always, always going to be back and forth, up and down with no consistency whatsoever. Number 8, along the same lines, a narcissist's words will never match their actions. This is one of the most important things you need to look for in your life when choosing not just a partner, friends, anybody. Do they actually follow through? Do they say they'll do something and hold up their end of the bargain? You'll find narcissists rarely do this, and I want to share exactly why that is and something that we really need to be on the lookout for. Words don't match actions with someone narcissistic because that's one of those things where one part of that is easy and the other part is not. Words are easy, survivor. Never forget this. I pretty much fell for the narc because of the way he talked to me and how the words made me feel. This is silly, to say the least, but it's true. But words are words. We can say I love you to anybody and not mean it. I can say someone's beautiful or handsome and I don't have to mean it. Words are easy. It's no sweat to say, oh yeah, I'll totally swing by and pick you up and we can go to dinner. Are they gonna? No, probably not. They tell you what you want to hear in the moment. You're happy. But then when it doesn't happen, they swing back and do damage control. usually with more words. I was sick. I didn't feel good. I was too tired. This happened, that happened. And that's how things are fixed. Words are easy, survivor. Actions take effort. Pay attention when someone speaks. You can tell if they're interested in putting in effort and if they're investing in you, and if they're not. Do the words match the actions? Number 9, a narcissist will never actually say it's over and then follow through. They don't say it's over. They just treat you so bad that you leave, or they fight with you and then say, well, if you want to leave, then just break up and go already. Or they ghost and say nothing. Or they'll give you that bullshit, well, we need a break for a little while. They never actually come out and tell you that it's over. On the very, very rare occasion where that is said, it is typically followed up on immediately with the let's be friends bullshit or, well, maybe I just need some space. Something is said that keeps you around. A narcissist loves to play the ambiguity game, not telling you the whole truth. The narc doesn't care what label you have as long as you stay in their life. But they're careful about actually ending a relationship. Here's the thing, you're far less likely to actually entertain a Hoover if they actually break up with you. They like to leave the door open or at least cracked so they can wedge their foot back in when they need to. Know now that a narcissist is not interested in really ever letting you go for good. 99% of them Hoover at least once at some point, but make your plan and walk away and don't give them that option at all. Number 10. A narcissist will never protect you. Narcissists have no interest in your safety whatsoever. You can tell by the way they carry themselves, but also, of course, how they treat you. The narcissist I dealt with never had a fret, never had a worry about asking me to come by in the middle of the night, in a blizzard, in a thunderstorm, in a whatever. He didn't care about the plethora of things that could happen to me. A car accident, getting robbed, getting hurt, getting into some kind of accident in bad weather. He just knew he wanted what he wanted and didn't care. The narcissist isn't concerned about you. They don't care if you're sick. Actually, you'll notice most of them keep a big distance when you have major things going on in your life. A death of a family member, loss of a job, an illness, and so on. When someone has a disorder that makes it all about them, they truthfully couldn't care less about you. They are not concerned about being there for you in your time of need. Keep you safe, take care of you, hell to the no. Here's the thing though, when your head is so far up your own ass, who else can you really see other than yourself? Number 11, a narcissist will never be an adult. I've referenced this a few times. The immaturity of a narcissist is staggering. They can't get on the same level that adults can. At best, everything is handled like a high school relationship. And again, that's best. This is why in a lot of cases, people say the relationship takes on that super creepy parent-child dynamic. Because it does, especially if you're primary supply. Paying bills for them, driving them places, making appointments, building a resume, laundry, shit grown-ass people need to do on their own. Congratulations, mom or dad, whoever you might be. It's a girl or boy. Depending on your situation, only you know, but congratulations. Thanks so much for listening. Subscribe if you haven't for more information on narcissistic abuse and recovery. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.